with a stick shift. And I remember, riding with Mom in that car and scrunching down in the back seat when we would go up hills, just praying that we wouldn't have to stop. Because the minute, the light changed, she would floor that car. And I lived in fear that we were going to plow into all the cars in front of us or careen backwards down the hill. But having a car allowed us now to make trips to the library over to the McClure branch. And that was always a special treat, just the two of us to go over there. And we would each leave with a big farm load of books. 10 was the limit, I remember. Discretionary money with a family of 6 was also limited. But Mom made it a point to to buy a set of World Book encyclopedias. I'll never forget when that box arrived. I mean, it was a major investment in our family, and we loved reading those books. And I think, in the end, we had supplements that every year they filled, shelf after shelf in our family room. My mom sent us off to school, but she didn't neglect what I call homeschooling. She taught us as foremost to love your husband, to love your family, take care of each other, and also to love your extended family. I remember she faithfully wrote her mother a letter every single week. It was always a treat to see letters from her mom come back to her, telling us of what was going on up in Minneapolis. Every summer, we all piled in the family station wagon and made our family vacation up to visit the Minnesota relatives, many of whom are here today. Now, other families may have gone to Disney World or to the national parks, but I'll tell you, our adventures with our cousins they topped everything, and many, many happy memories, very exciting times. My parents had very high expectations for us, but yet, they never really nagged us or bribed us in school. They always trusted our judgment and also respected our decisions. They may not have always agreed with choices that we made, but they did respect and stand by us. Some of the advice that my mother imparted to me that I'll never forget was, never put anything in writing you wouldn't want the world to read. An important lesson for everyone in today's world. I remember also sitting around the dinner table once. I've shared this, I know, with several. But my mom piped up and said, if any of you are ever planning to get married in December, you won't need to send me an invitation because I'm too busy to attend. Another Dorothyism, we called it, was that if you get a good parking place at the mall, it's going to be a successful shopping trip. My mother had a very steady temperament, those who didn't know her. I mean, nothing really ever panicked her or excited her. She had what I call sort of a slow burn. I remember once Jack fell out of the window next door at the neighbor's house. I never asked why. He had to get stitches, and no big deal. I remember, I had dropped a glass bottle and had to get stitches in my leg. And, just matter of factly, my mother drove me down to St. Francis to get stitches at the emergency room. And I remember once Busy wandered off.
Susie.
No, it was Busy. My mother, once again, just called us all together and organized us and sent us off searching for her. Another time, Busy also locked herself in the upstairs bathroom at the house on Gilbert. And, no big deal. My mom found somebody with a ladder. He climbed up, climbed in the window, and rescued her. Life in our family, even with a family of 6, my mother, I think her way of dealing with stress was to keep life very predictable. People joke that you could tell what day of the week it was if you came to our house by what was for dinner. Sunday was roast beef. Monday, potatoes and gravy. Monday, my mother would chop it all up and add her favorite condiment, ketchup, stir it all together, and that was hash. Tuesday was meatloaf. Wednesday was pork tenderloins and Spanish rice. Thursday was spaghetti because my dad was out of town and he didn't like spaghetti. Friday was fish sticks, and Saturday were her homemade cheeseburgers and French fries. And so, you know, as I said, life was very predictable. And as a result, I remember when Jack and I were old enough that we no longer believed in Santa Claus, that my mother decided to restore some of the wonder of Christmas. And so that year, for some reason, we went to Hoi Lo for Christmas Eve dinner. And when we came back, Santa had come, and all the presents were out there. And I mean, we were just shocked, you know, because normally we had Christmas on Christmas morning. And what my mother had done is she had arranged for a neighbor to come in and set out Christmas while we were at dinner. My mother also believed in bloom where you are planted. We lived on Parish, then on Gilbert, then Wagner Lane, and then finally in Briarwood Lane. In each neighborhood that we moved into, my mother made it a point to get to know every neighbor well. It was probably so they would watch out for us too, and make sure to keep us in mind. But you know, even if they were different from us, you know, my mom, you know, always commented that God made them just like He made us, and we should look for always the good in other people, to respect them, and never make fun of them or to be jealous. She believed, and I think it's evident here, that friends are very important. If family is the cake, friends are the frosting. And as we've known, my mom loved frosting. Early on, there was Thursday night club, then there was the Knitting Club, the Martha and Mary Society, numerous bridge clubs, bridge marathon, and then Funsters, as been mentioned. So I remember when we were doing Mom's 75th birthday party, I asked her if she would make a list of who we should invite. She sends this list of, I think, 100 people. And my daughter made the comment, Mom, you'd have to go to the phone book to find that many friends to invite. But in closing, I know something we all share today is that each one of us will lose our mother at some point. Some already have, and some will in the future. But one thing that gives me great peace today is that knowing I will see my mom again in heaven. So I just want to thank everybody for being here and sharing this day with us.
Well, in life, I've lived this the whole time. I have a sister. Her nickname is Wonder March because she always does everything right. And I'm sitting here and I have my checklist of things I was going to talk about. Between father and her, she covered 95% of it. So that's normal, and I always expect it. It's great. But I just want to say hi to Vince. And I want to say hi to Portia, the youngest group of the group here, and all the family. Because really we are, 3 words I had, faith, family, and friends. And that's kind of been the life of the McAlees. And there's so many of the friends here we've known over the years. It's wonderful to see everyone and reflect on my mom, because she was special to us. She's special in a different way for each one of us, but mainly as someone always there, someone who always cared for us as we go through it. I could tell stories about it, but Margie did it so much better. Now, I will live like that and say that Father covered the faith and part of the family, and Margie covered the rest. And I'd just like to thank everyone for being here. It's a wonderful event to celebrate Mom, and that's life. Thanks. My daughter Megan will now read the honor call.
And I generous blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains
soft upon your field.